short film you're about to watch is based on a true story. I know because it happened to me. The experience was terrifying. Even though 26 years have passed, just thinking about it still gives me the shivers. I hope you enjoy what you're about to see. Back into early 2000, I was living on the suburbs of Southend-on-Sea in Essex. Lived in a 3-bedroom house with my partner and 4 children. I was asleep in bed one night when suddenly I was awoken by a noise. It was coming from downstairs. I thought someone was in the house. Suddenly, the door began to open before I could move. This being had entered the room. I felt terrified. I couldn't move. It was huge. And there was a deafening silence. It came to the end of the bed and then slipped its hands under the duvet, grabbed me by the ankles. I went to struggle as suddenly I managed to be able to move, and it just touched me on the forehead and I lost consciousness. The next thing I know, I was regaining consciousness. I felt like I was floating, and I opened my eyes to find myself being pulled out the front door, which I grabbed hold of very quickly. As I did so, being touched on the forehead and my hands released, I blacked out again. Before I did so, I saw this object in the sky, huge light. I couldn't quite see what its shape was. The next morning I woke up in bed. I looked around me feeling very, very uneasy. Thankfully I thought it was just a dream. I went downstairs to collect the milk from off the doorstep, raking the birds before they pecked the milk bottle tops off. As I came back in the door and closed the door, I noticed the scratches. After the event, I felt very, very uneasy everywhere I went. If I was visiting friends or family and I was having to travel back on my bicycle, I'd be looking over my shoulder constantly. I'd find it really difficult just to get on my bike and pedal down the street. I'd be pedaling along, looking over my shoulder, looking up, looking around, thinking any minute now something's going to come out of the sky and take me away, as ludicrous as it sounds. I used to like to go and sit down sometimes on the benches at Westcliff and watch the stars and the beach and the waves, and again I'd be sitting there rather uncomfortably, looking around, looking here, looking there, looking up, looking behind me all the time. I had this constant fear that something was out to get me. Then at the same time I was making an almost 50 odd mile round trip, going to Dagenham and back to where I lived on a bicycle. And sometimes I'd have to go through like company parks and company lanes to get home, and I found it again very, very worrying. I was in a state of perpetual fear that something was going to grab me. This persisted for well over a year, but I'd say the worst of it was the first month. And slowly but surely it dissipated. Nowadays I have relatively little fear. I don't worry about much at all. and I like to go out and spend a lot of my time outside. I go to mountains, forests, and all sorts of other places, and I'm often camping, sometimes on my own. But I still have a niggling doubt that one day I'm going to be grabbed again. This is Evidence Pending. I'm Michael Pennock, and this was my experience. I'll catch you all on the other side.